Yo, what's up? Welcome to today's video. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking you with me into the studio where I show you exactly how I record, mix, and master a song. But before we get into the video, I want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like, as well as leave a comment telling me what you think about the song or your favorite part of the video. What's going on? Hope you're doing good. My name's David the Crook, and today I'm going to show you exactly how I master a song. But before we get into the video, I want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like. I have a song here called Aim For It by R.Sol. I'll put the link to the full song down below in the description if you want to check out the full song. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you how I master a song from the beginning all the way to the very end, to exporting it. That way you can upload it to all pretty much streaming platforms. I'm going to play the mixed version of the song first. That way you can get a feel of the mix.
I wrote this shit this morning. I'm going to try to do it in one take. See what's up. Yeah, you better aim for it. The top spin here, you could've came for it. I've been wavy, got me feeling like a castaway. Not to mention I ain't even make you pay for it. Yeah, you just threw a show the same Saturday. And shorty didn't even wanna stay for it. Yeah, guess we can't believe the words you say, boy. Before you count your blessings, you should pray more. Yeah, say you looking out for me, her cops tell the same story. Yeah, this ain't for no glory, this ain't for nobody shit, homie, don't worry. I pace the road that I'm on, I'm in no hurry. I'm flying straight, shorty, you know you could never curve me. All hands around here, no birdies. All men around here, put your do.
That's pretty much the mixed version, and the first thing I want to tell you is make sure you have headroom to master. I see this a lot of people mix a song and it's already close to zero, so then you hardly have any headroom to master. And pretty much you want to have a different mindset when it comes to mastering compared to mixing. When it comes to mastering, you're looking at the whole track and then you're doing certain things to emphasize the whole track in general. When you're mixing, you're zooming in and doing little tweaks to certain elements of the song. So it's just two different mindsets when it comes to mixing and mastering. Usually the first thing I do is when you import the track, it's usually like this. I like making it bigger. I like seeing both tracks and then zooming out. That way you could see the left and then the right and the wavelengths. And then I usually just go towards the loudest part. So for me, I think it'll be around here. This looks like the loudest part. Depending on the type of song you're using, usually the hook is going to be the loudest. But for this song, because it's all pretty much, the beat is pretty much the same and there's nothing like too crazy or anything out of the ordinary, usually this part right here is going to be the loudest. I could use the whole part too, but for the video I'm just going to be sticking to this area here. If you're an artist and you need some beats, down below in the description I do have my beat store where you could purchase beats if you're looking at anything for trap, West Coast, or just hip-hop beats in general. Down below in the description I have the link to my beat store.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna.
So if you look at it, I have around -3 dB of headroom, and that's usually a good starting point. That's usually where I like starting because that gives me enough headroom to boost everything up. Next thing I do is I add a fade in the beginning and then the end. That way there's no clicks or pops anywhere in between the track. Then from there, what I do is I usually have a pre-made mastering chain that I always run pretty much a majority of my songs through. So I'm gonna be doing that. First thing first is I like to EQ the whole mix, and the first EQ I use is pretty much the Pultec EQ. If you don't have this Pultec EQ by Waves, you can always use a stock LogicProX EQ that works just as good. If not, if you're using anything else that doesn't have a Pultec EQ, I do have an ebook for you. It's called 100+ free plugins. I pretty much went through the internet, looked for 100 plugins that you could get for free, and one of the emulation plugins that you could get for free is a Pultec EQ. So if you don't have the money to invest into a plugin like this, check out that ebook. I'll put a link down below in the description. If not, if you don't have the money to invest into plugins just yet, I did create a free ebook for you where I listed 100+ free plugins that you could just download today. Literally open up the ebook, look through the plugins, click the one you want, click the link, and it takes you straight to the website where you're able to download it for free. This ebook has everything from EQs to compressors to reverbs, delays, effects, pretty much everything you need to be able to mix and master anything, whether it's vocals, a song, a beat. Like I said, anything you get your hands on, you'll have the right tools to be able to mix and master it. Use the discount code Crook and you will have a special discount for you. If you have the money to invest into some plugins and you're looking into getting some Wave plugins, I also have a discount code for you. Like I said, everything will be down below in the description. I have this pre-mastering preset that I always like using on pretty much my mixes. I pretty much made it, and then from there I tweak it.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself.
Now, what this EQ doing is very, very subtle. I'm just boosting the 30 hertz 2.5. That's just to get more punch out of the kick. If there is an 808, you'll probably hear it a little bit more, but for this song, it's just a kick for the majority of the song. So I'm just boosting up those low frequencies. That way you get that punch at the end. And then I'm boosting 16K just to get more crispiness out of the top. And then I'm lowering the gain 1.5. It's very subtle. If I were to turn it off and turn it on, you probably might not hear the difference because it's very, very subtle.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't.
But you could hear the high end just getting a little bit crispier, a little cleaner. Plus, this plugin is an emulation plugin, so it adds its own color onto the overall mix. That's kind of why I really like using this. I have this second Pultec EQ, but I don't really use it as much. It just comes part of the bundle. I have a mastering preset, but I don't really use it that much unless I really want to cut out certain frequencies. So I'm going to be skipping that. The next plugin I'm going to be using is another EQ, but this one is a little bit different because you have some drive, and then you have like a low pass, and then you have like a stereo spread.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just want to find a little time for myself.
So we'll just start it off from the beginning. If I were to put this at 0, this drive, I love using this drive. It just brings out certain texture and certain harmonics out of the overall track.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't never like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I can't even be myself. I can't even be myself, yeah. Yeah, around here they turn their passion into gold. Watch it all unfold. Even if I posted my location, couldn't tip me off. Remember all them days we hated teachers trying to piss them off. Remember all my dogs been off them leashes since they ripped them off. You gon' run into a couple leeches when you at the top. People tend to fall asleep on you when you against the odds. Even if I had $1 million, wouldn't pay the cost. Time for the bullshit, yeah.
So that sounds good. It's very subtle. I kind of gain match it because I don't want it to be too loud. I'm not worried too much about the loudness just yet. What I'm trying to do here is just boost up certain frequencies, just make the mix fuller. I'm not worried about anything other than just making the overall mix just bigger and fatter. So with the drive, it just adds a little bit of kind of like saturation, kind of a little preamp to it. And then I'm boosting the 18K, just add more crispiness to the overall song. If you want me to mix and master one of your songs, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or email me. Everything will be down below in the description. Get a hold of me, DM me mixing. I'll get back to you. We could chop it up a bit, see what type of song you're going for, and if I can help you with that, we'll get it done. And then with the low pass filter, I'm just cutting out 20 hertz because I don't really want anything below that. I feel like sometimes it can muddy up the track, so just cutting out 20 hertz for me works good. And then I'm adding just a little bit of studio spread, just spreading it out the overall mix.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit.
So that works really, really good. I love this plugin. I don't really remember where I got this plugin, but I think I did get this plugin for free. You could probably check online, just probably type this in right here, and then it it'll come out. It's by Acoustica. I'm not sure if it's still free, but check it out. Then from there, what I do is I like using Dynamics, Diablo. I know this is for drums. I think the main reason they came out is to put this on drums, but me personally, I use it to master just because it works really good to master an overall track. If I were to reset everything, I kind of just, if I were to remove everything, turn that off, I just start off with the punch, the boost, body, heat, and I just work my way through the knobs.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't never like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I can't even be myself. I can't even be myself, yeah. Yeah, around here they turn their passion into gold.
So with this punch and this boost, what it's doing, just boosting up some of that low end, the kick, and then there's like a subtle bass in the background. You can't really hear it that much, but it is helping that with the punch and then with the boost. And then between here, kick 1, 2, rezo and snare. I usually use kick 2. I feel like that brings more of that part of the kick that's just gonna make everything shake.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang.
And then this body knob works amazing, just bringing out the vocals a little bit more, just bringing out those mid frequencies. And then I'm gonna add some heat, pretty much heat. What it is, it's like distortion or some sort of saturation.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't never like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I can't even be myself. I can't even be myself, yeah. Yeah, around here they turn their passion into gold. Watch it all unfold. Even if I posted my location, couldn't tip me off. Remember all them days we hated teachers trying to.
So the sizzle, I pretty much add an exciter just to bring out more of those high frequencies, add just a little bit more crispiness to it. Something that this has like its own slope, so I don't really know exactly like what frequencies it's boosting, but it just sounds really good. The width, I'm adding pretty much more space, more dimension in the overall track. And then you have like this high pass frequency, so I don't want anything below 500 to be spreaded, just because from 500 down, that's you get the low end, and you want that mono, you want that right in the center. So if you were to spread it out, I feel like it just loses the punch. So I just want everything above that to have a little bit more spread, a little bit more width. That way it just overtakes people in the headphones.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for.
And then you can add a clip. I don't really use too much clip. I just probably add just a little bit. So this is before Diablo.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't never like the fakes.
That sounds hard. So far the mix is coming out good. What we're doing is just little subtle things just to emphasize everything, bring everything out. That's pretty much what we're going for. So Diablo works amazing. From here, what I'm doing, because I'm pretty much done with the majority of the EQ. I don't really do too much EQing, just because if the mix is good, like for example, if you were to look at the waveforms here, everything's pretty much leveled. You have like a nice full mix. So I'm not worried too much about over EQing stuff, just because then you kind of throw off the balance of the mix. If you need help when it comes to recording songs, whether you're recording your own songs or songs for other people, I did create an ebook called Recording Pro Vocals. I break down step by step how to set up your equipment, the equipment you need, how to maximize your DAW, pretty much your computer, your laptop, everything you need to know when it comes to recording vocals, whether you're recording here, like in the home studio, if you're recording in the kitchen, if you're recording in the bedroom, a living room, a shack, a garage, in your car, if you're recording outside. I literally show you step by step how to be able to record vocals to get that nice, crispy, dry recording. So from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw on a compressor. I use the SSL compressor.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with complacent. Got me feeling like I.
So what this compressor is gonna do is just gonna compress the whole track, and it's just gonna make it one. So right now in the mix, everything's mixed in together, but it still has like its own. It's not compressed. It's not one track. It's still mixed. So with this compressor on the mastering, I want everything to be compressed. I just want it to be one, and you could really hear it become fuller.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with complacent. Got me feeling like I.
And then as well, it's gonna add like its own color just because this is like an SSL compressor. The threshold, I don't want to compress it too much. I just want some subtle compression just to bring everything together. I'm not worried about getting like 4 dBs worth of compression. Like for the most part, the beats are already mixed, the vocals are mixed, everything has compression, everything has EQ, everything has its own like reverb, delay, everything has its own space. So like I said, this is just more to bring everything together. I have a very slow attack but a very fast release. And then the makeup gain, I hardly throw any makeup gain. If anything, I probably should remove a little bit more.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with complacent. Got me feeling like I.
The majority of the compression is coming when the kick comes in, just because the kick is usually what takes up most of the headroom. So for the most part, if the kick's not there, I don't really want too much compression. I just want it when the kick comes in just to compress it just a little bit.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find.
Then from here, my mastering chain, I have these 2 plugins on, the SSL E channel and then the F6. But before I even touch that, I like just going straight into Ozone Elements, putting Master Assist. That way it could just give me an idea of what frequencies need to be lowered, what frequencies need to be boosted.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't never.
So from here I go to EQ, and then okay, like it pretty much tells me, all right, we have too much low end, so we might want to remove or tame those frequencies, and then you might want to boost these frequencies. So from here, what I do is I just go to the SSL E channel, and then it's telling me like 15K, so I go to 15K, and then I just match it. It tells me to boost it like 1.7, but I think on here I do like 1.4, and then it tells me to up the mid highs around 5K, so I might just go to 5K, 517 or 515, and then I kind of just match it, so it's a big slope, so I might as well make it bigger and then boost it 6, so I'll do like 4. As you could tell, I use a lot of wave plugins, and the reason I use wave plugins because they're really affordable and they're really good. So if you're looking into investing into some wave plugins, down below in the description I have a special discount link for you. Click the link, get the plugins you need to get at a discounted rate.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with complacent. Got me.
And then for the low end, I like using the F6 just because I don't want to cut out those frequencies, because those frequencies, they are important. So I like using an F6 to compress those frequencies. I'm not really necessarily cutting those frequencies out, but what I'm doing is just more taming and compressing those frequencies. So if I were to go to 43 hertz, go to 43 hertz.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that.
So it's usually that like the in the low end that needs to be tamed. So I'm just gonna match it. Probably do like just 1 dB worth of gain reduction. That way it just compresses that. Nothing too crazy.
Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't never like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I can't even be myself. I can't even be myself. Yeah.
So after I pretty much copy whatever Ozone 9 tells me, I usually use a mastering preset. I like using the modern hip hop just due to the style of the song. A lot of times you can find good ones, like the R&B one sounds really good, the modern hip hop one sounds really good. It just depends on the style of the song. Usually for like West Coast music I use like R&B, but because this is more like a hip hop rap song, like old school, you kind of want to give it that old school vibe. So I'm just using the modern hip hop.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time.
And then because I already like matched the EQ that it told me, I just lower whatever it did just a little bit. So instead of having this high end more boosted, because I already boosted it, I'm just lowering it just a little bit. And then this cut here, I don't really want too much of a cut. I'm just probably doing like 0.7. This one, this 400 hertz, I don't want to boost it too much, so I'm just putting 0.5. And then the low end, because I already tamed it, I'm taking off a little bit of it. I'm gonna add some imager just to make a little bit wider. So I'm already using my third imager, but this one just adds like a different element to it.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't never like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I can't even be myself.
And then this limiter, I don't use it just because I like using my own limiter. So pretty much this sounds really good so far. Now, one of the last plugins I like using is just Smart EQ 3. I like using this plugin just because it adds like a live element to the song overall. Pretty much what I do is I just turn it on and then I just analyze the whole track.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent.
And then I put the dynamics as at 100. If I were to keep it at 0, nothing moves. So if I were to boost it,
time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find,
everything's just still like a normal EQ, but I like using dynamic. Put it at 100 and then you're gonna see like the whole EQ move.
Time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little.
So that sounds good like that. So if you could tell, like right here, when I think there's 2 snares.
Time for the bullshit.
The when the snare comes in, it's too like bright, it's too sharp. So what this Smart EQ does, when the snare comes in, it just kind of, tames it. It's kind of like the F6, but this has like its own AI processing, I guess you could just say. So I like using this just because it kind of, I feel like it makes the song alive, because in certain areas it boosts certain frequencies, and then in other areas it tames certain frequencies. So it just keeps the whole mix or the whole master song like balanced out, like how I would want it. Because if I were just to, like I said, if I were just to boost, if I were to boost a certain frequency with this, like the 16K is always boosted, like no matter what, even though the snare comes in and then it makes the snare even sharper. You know what I mean? This one, when the snare comes in, if I didn't have an EQ and I just had this, it would just tame it, and it adds like its own. It makes the song feel alive, and it just adds like its own balance to it. Lastly, what I do is I like using TR5 classic clipper. That's just to add like a clipper to the end, just to make the low end hit. If you're looking into getting both ebooks, recording pro vocals, as well as 100 plus free plugins, I did create a special bundle for you, so you can get both ebooks at a discounted rate, a lot cheaper than if you were to buy the ebook separate. Just buy it in a bundle, and you'll have everything you need to be able to record songs anywhere, as well as the tools you need to be able to mix and master your songs. This is pretty much a bundle that I created for you so you could be able to record, mix, and master your songs perfectly without having to invest too much money into buying plugins or buying unnecessary equipment that you don't really need. I break down everything you need, so check out those ebooks.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself.
Now with this slope, you can either make the kick a sharp cut and it just makes it hit more, but I like keeping the kick the same, like however the beat was, just because I don't want to mess with the beat too much. Is because if it was made that way, it's just because it was made that way. So I'm no one to really change the way the kick sounds. So if I were to put over here, it changes the way the kick sounds.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just want to find a little time.
And then this one here, it adds like a slower slope to it, so it keeps it the same, but it just makes it punch a little bit more.
Time for the bullshit.
And then from here, what I use is the L1 limiter.
Time for the bullshit, yeah.
And then I usually bring out a loudness meter. Usually I measure my songs in LUFS. I don't really use anything else, and I just aim for -9. If you look into like the way streaming sites measure it, they measure in LUFS, but usually most streaming sites are aiming for like 16, 14, but I feel like it's too quiet to compare to professional songs, or like songs that are like other rappers drop. So I like using -9 because I feel like that's like a good balance. Like it's loud enough to compete and it's not too low not to compete, if that makes sense. Because if you do it too low, if you're aiming for like -6, -12, and I've done songs at -12, but I feel like they're just too low, like you lose something about the song. So when I measure at -9 LUFS, it still competes enough, and the streaming services don't really touch it too much.
Time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't even like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I ain't even being myself. Got no time for the bullshit, yeah. I just wanna find a little time for myself. I ain't never like the fakes that you hang with, complacent. Got me feeling like I can't even be myself. I can't even be myself, yeah. Yeah, around here they turn their passion into gold. Watch it all unfold, even if I post it.
So that sounds good like that. Instead of putting all of making the limiter do all the work, I kind of boost it with the classic clipper. That way just kind of, you use 2 plugins to bring up the overall gain. So it sounds good to me. And then from here, what I do is towards the end, depends on how you want to end the song. Usually for this song, I'm gonna fade it out. So I just add like a automation towards the end.
Sink in. Shit, I'm talking about my words, I'm in the deep end. My feet departed from the earth, we in agreement. We in agreement, yeah, we in agreement.
And then the way I end my songs, I just do it to like the rhythm of the song. So like I add like a second towards the end, because I don't want it to end like right away. I feel like it kind of just ruins the song. So I fade it out, and then even though it's at 0 here, I wait, and then boom, then like the next song comes in. So it just depends whether you're working on a single or an album track. You kind of just depends. I think this one was for an album, so that's why I did it this way. So from here, the next song comes in. If you use LogicProX and you're looking for some free templates or for some custom-made templates, hit the link down below. I have a link that goes to my website where you could download some free LogicProX templates, whether you're recording, mixing, or mastering. I have some free templates for you, so you could download today and start using today.
I wrote this shit.
And then I make sure I add like the fade at the end. So this is how the mixed version of the song sounded.
It came for it. I've been wavy, got me feeling like a castaway. Not to mention I ain't even make you pay for it. Yeah, you just do a show the same Saturday. And shorty didn't even wanna stay for it. Yeah, guess we can't believe the words you say, boy. Before you count your blessings, you should pray more. Yeah, say you looking out for me, her cops tell the same story. Yeah, this ain't for no glory, this ain't for nobody shit, homie, don't worry. I pace the road that I'm on, I'm in no hurry. I'm flying straight, shorty, you know you could never curve me. All hands around here, no birdies. All men around here, put your dukes up. Stomach flu bars, make lil' homie puke up. Yeah, I ain't got no time for the bullshit. Yeah, I just wanna find a little time for myself.
Lately, when I've been mixing my beats, I've been using this plugin called Thickify. Thickify is pretty much a simple plugin you can use. It just has 2-3 knobs. You move those knobs and it pretty much mixes your drums, your low end, your 808. So good. Literally what took me 4 plugins to do, Thickify did it in 1. So I've been using Thickify a lot when I mix and master my songs. So if you're looking into getting Thickify, I do recommend it. If you haven't seen my plugin review, I did it a while back. Go down, look for the Thickify review plugin, check it out, see what it really does. And if you're looking into getting it, down below I have a discount link for you, so you can get it at a discounted rate also. So if you hear it how I had it, I turned on the plugins one by one. There's not one plugin that does all of the work. It's all these combination of plugins that do little subtle things that just emphasize and bring out the overall mix, making it into a mastered song. So if you want to practice mastering your songs, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you this exact template that I use. So if you have these plugins, you'll be able to click on them, see what I did, change it up, pretty much practice your mixing. If you don't have these plugins, you can always just change them out. You kind of just see how I route everything, how I have everything. If you're not using LogicProX, what I'm going to do is I'm also just going to give you audio file of the mixed version. That way you could just import it into whatever DAW you have it in, and then you could practice mixing with whatever plugins you have. If you want me to mix and master your song, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or email me down below in the description mixing, and I'll get back to you. I want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like. My name's David the Crook, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you for checking out today's video. My name's David the Crook. I just want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like. Also, don't forget to check out the descriptions. I literally have everything linked there, from the ebooks to the plugins to the Delta 8, templates, beats, everything you need to know to be able to create songs, whether you're recording, mixing, mastering, or producing. I literally have everything linked down below in the description. Check it out. I hope you have a good day, and I hope to hear from you in the next video. Peace.